More trouble for Chairman Wontumi because Monchimonka Highway no eso asoko. Adanya Chairman Wontumi ni 2 cases are ewo court no. Ebusia ya fair no twincha yansa. Wo baka yi say okwoji sika bi ewo EximBank say odikodu eburo. Eno na Attorney General odi ehon sem abepye so. Na charges o modi abo Chairman Wontumi no. Ladies and gentlemen, say agrada defrauding by false pretense or komu 15 years. But Kofi Akpaloo ono so ejegu ni chem. Matumebo na ma concern mu into details. Masrawa sa we share video we na oba kyerwa dwen amam your comment section. When subscribe here, kindly subscribe to Trends GH on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. Bibia Trends GH. So months ago, Chairman Wontumi eba na galamsey hu ensensam a police for ekwache no. Wo baka ya yokoso eche Chairman Wontumi say eba no sika bi a okwaje wo EximBank for ho ewo 2017 say ono Chairman Wontumi odikodu ebro adan a eba no Wontumi Farms Limited bi a odi asaso wo asarenkwanta a ewo Ashanti regional eye asase yantam a ono Chairman Wontumi wajenko a eye 100,000 acres a odi ye farms na eno na Chairman Wontumi ebusua 2017 mu ho no a NPP aban eba power no okohu eye EximBank a eno de omu chem se eye Chairman Wontumi as Chief Executive Officer for Wontumi Farms Limited NAF Wontumi Farms Limited eye board of directors so omu kohu eye EximBank se omu hia eye sika do so po we 19 million Ghana cedis a wo de court sika nimu a 190 billion na omo de ahye kwadwuma a omo beye ewo Ashanti region no so ampani ampa eye EximBank omo chem se ansa na omo de sa sika no ebe ma Chairman Wontumi no ewo sa Chairman Wontumi terms and conditions bi o ma ewo se ofofele eno na busua Chairman Wontumi ampani ampa okeka ne ho a ode nkrata asem na de ekoma eye EximBank a omo so no omo hwe so a omo ne Chairman Wontumi edidi djuma na ebusua eba no nkrata asem ene agreement na sana Chairman Wontumi oye EximBank for bukata a sa sika 19 million Ghana cedis a request ye no eye EximBank for kra no etua 18 million Ghana cedis ede ma Chairman Wontumi a omo sanso kra so kire mu se sa sika omo de ama Chairman Wontumi no eye grant nko a ebeba so no eye 6 million Ghana cedis a wo ko sika ni mu a 60 billion na according to Attorney General sana Chairman Wontumi oye EximBank for bukata frakadam fraud mu Pomaa spa kwan be na Chairman Wontumi on the board of directors efa so a omo defraud EximBank any afisu omo forge nkrata semia eba no invoice na kura na omo forge no to receipt eba na sen yenko
sole shareholder of the company and also listed as its company secretary. Thomas Enchibosuako is believed to be the brother of Bernard Enchibosuako, domiciled in the United States of America. Prior to the registration of the company, that is Wontumi Farms Limited, Chairman Wontumi wrote to EximBank that the board of directors of Wontumi Farms Limited had met on December 9, 2017, and had resolved to seek a loan facility of 19 million from the bank to support its farm project at Nkwanta in the Ashanti region under the Mining Alternative Livelihoods Initiative. The application letter stated, among others, that the credit facility was meant for a farming venture and that the company had secured 100,000 acres of land for that purpose. On January 16, 2018, based upon the application submitted by Chairman Wontumi, the chief promoter of Wontumi Farms, EximBank approved a medium-term loan facility of 18,734,260 Ghana cedis, which included a grant component of 6,768,260 Ghana cedis. This offer was accepted via a letter dated January 23, 2018, and Chairman Wontumi, acting as the Chief Executive Officer of Wontumi Farms Limited, and Thomas Enchibosuako as Director of Wontumi Farms Limited. The offer letter indicated that the approval of the medium-term loan facility was subject to the bank's terms and conditions. The loan offer letter further stated that the loan was secured with 10,000 acres of farmland of Wontumi Farms at Asarinkwanta. The breakdown of the approved 18.7 million loan as per the offer letter was as follows. A. Purchase of agricultural plant and machinery, working capital, and then grant staff costs and consultancy fees. As part of the pre-disbursement conditions of the loan, Wontumi Farms Limited was to do the following among others. Execute an equitable mortgage over the land earmarked for the project, submit a valuation report on the land to be used as collateral, execute a lease agreement over the equipment, provide a letter of undertaking from off-takers to make payments in the joint names of EximBank and Wontumi Farms Limited, and then finally submit copies of the contract with the National Buffer Stock Company, under which Wontumi Farms was to supply the food items to buffer stock. IESO Agribusiness Consult, a company specialized in investment advisory services, consultancy and training and development, was contracted by EximBank and assigned to Wontumi Farms Limited as a consultant to the project. The key function of IESO Agribusiness Consult was to provide technical assistance to Wontumi Farms Limited. On February 14, 2018, EBAN Capital Limited, a company that specializes in financial technology services, cash management services, distribution of custom banking, and payment software packages, was also contracted by EximBank and assigned to Wontumi Farms to provide a platform that will facilitate staff salary payments, customization, integration, POS, terminals, and biometric cards for the farm hands that were to be employed by Wontumi Farms Limited. Wontumi Farms Limited was to provide EBAN Capital Limited with a database of all workers, from which EBAN Capital Limited was to integrate the workers on a payment platform. EBAN Capital Limited would then receive funds directly from EximBank for onward disbursement to workers, to the workers' wallets as salaries and allowances. Ladies and gentlemen, Wontumi Farms Limited failed to provide a database of farmers, of farm hands to EBAN Capital, as there were no farmers working on the land, no farm hands working on the land. According to witnesses, Chairman Wontumi, as CEO of Wontumi Farms Limited, insisted and put pressure on EBAN Capital and EximBank to transfer the 400,000 meant for the workers to Wontumi Farms Limited on the basis that the youth who were involved in Galamsey were not used to complex electronic payment systems and wanted to be paid in cash. In order to execute the project, Wontumi Farms Limited had submitted a pro forma invoice to EximBank for the purchase of farm equipment, including tractors, combine harvesters, corn seeder machines, and Wellington boots. The invoice was submitted on December 15, 2017 as part of the loan application process. Subsequently, EximBank demanded proof that the equipment has been purchased. On March 18, 2018, Chairman Wontumi submitted a receipt from a company known as Kasama Enterprise for the purchase of the equipment in the sum of 4 million Ghana cedis. However, and this is where it gets interesting, the equipment purchase as shown on the receipt included bulldozers and excavators. Our investigations established that Chairman Wontumi had approached Kasama Enterprise, an industrial equipment dealer, and obtained an invoice with a promise to return to purchase the said equipment. He never went back to purchase the equipment. Instead, and this is where the criminal enterprise began, he forged the invoice he obtained from Kasama Enterprise by removing the word invoice and replacing it with receipt. This forged receipt was then submitted to EximBank as proof that he had purchased the equipment after the disbursement of the loan facility. The owner of Kasama Enterprise confirmed to investigators of the Economic and Organized Crime Office that the only document he issued to Wontumi Farms Limited through Chairman Wontumi was a pro forma invoice and not a receipt. He stated that after he issued the invoice, he never heard from Chairman Wontumi again, despite repeated follow-up calls. The forged receipt submitted to EximBank suggested that Kasama Enterprise acknowledged receipt of the sum of 4 million Ghana cedis for the purchase of earth-moving machines and farming equipment. The so-called receipt had on it, and ladies and gentlemen of the press, this is what gave him away, 50 days to supply and 1 year guarantee and service. Now, I hope you understand what this means. That when you receive a pro forma invoice, okay, pro forma means that you've taken it with the intention of purchasing. And so they will give you a timeline, okay, within which the supplier will supply you the equipment. And then also, if there are any guarantees, services or guarantee terms, they will be indicated on the pro forma invoice. But Chairman Wontumi, as I said, took out invoice and replaced it with receipt to, deceive EximBank that he had actually purchased the equipment. Investigations established that Chairman Wontumi did not purchase any equipment, and as such could not register any equipment in the joint names of EximBank and Wontumi Farms Limited as per the loan conditions, even though funds were disbursed to him to that effect. That all the equipment he claimed he purchased could not be traced. Investigations established that though Chairman Wontumi submitted the forged receipt to EximBank, he stated during interrogation that he purchased second-hand brand new, whatever that means, second-hand brand new equipment, and that the receipts of all the purchases, including the documents on the equipment, were all sent to EximBank. However, EximBank has confirmed that neither Chairman Wontumi nor Wontumi Farms Limited submitted any documents covering the purchase of the required equipment except the forged receipts. In fact, when our investigators went to the ground, they realized that there were some obsolete, decrepit machines on the side. Tractors dating back that were manufactured in the 1970s, and that were not functioning, were the ones that had been placed on the farm. So this was definitely a grand scheme designed to defraud EximBank.
And on Attorney General Ochem said, Chairman Wontumi sa nyasa krono any bukata. Orders say so no charges are or more than Chairman Wontumi any.
It is clear from our investigation that Chairman Wontumi and his company, Wontumi Farms Limited, made fraudulent misrepresentations to EximBank with a view to obtaining the loan facility, and in fact did obtain the loan facility. The equipment they represented were to be purchased were never procured. The farming enterprise never materialized, and so no young persons were employed in Asare Nkwanta in the Ashanti region. But more importantly, the company and its director and CEO forged a receipt in order to deceive EximBank that they were in compliance with the loan conditions. These are not mere breaches of a contract, but constitute acts of criminality by no means a person than the regional chairman of the then ruling party. In the circumstances and the face of the evidence we have gathered in this investigation, thoroughly conducted by the Economic and Organized Crime Office, we have made the decision to prosecute Wontumi Farms and its directors with defrauding by false pretenses, forgery, and causing financial loss to the state in the sum of 24,255,735 Ghana cedis. This figure represents the principal sum plus the interest that has accrued so far. And ladies and gentlemen, by the time we file charges, which will be definitely after the Christmas break when we resume work, it might be that this figure would have increased because the interest on the principal keeps compounding. And so we will get the exact figure of the amount that is involved in this criminal enterprise from the EximBank before we file charges in court.
If the charges way, na Attorney General Honorable Dr. Dominic Akuritinga Ayini, honorary Ochema, Yokodi Bronya Bewia, charges way na Omodebo Chairman Wontumi, defrauding by false pretense, forgery, and have causing financial loss to the state as Sikano Dodo Pano, 24 million Ghana cedis. I would the court seek anymore 240 billion. enye sika ketwa a me ne ukese kura no ochema EximBank for ne chema Wontumi agreement o mokọ ye no ade echi ade ese ni nyina no interest ni bi ebe peso enu nti after bronya sika no ebe increase na wo bakaye a eye Kofi Akpaloo na ohwe nim se ka Ghana for ye nto abama no na omeye president no eno na attorney general ochem se Ghana for se Kofi Akpaloo oye dangerous. Kofi Akpaloo yobi a uhu se oba dwane for your life. Eno mo se attorney general sembe na wuken o se ade enta yokofo echi Kofi Akpaloo no enu ni omo si COCOBOD ema one company be contract say onye rose na that company a COCOBOD for ema the contract no eye Pomaa Universal Ghana Limited that Pomaa no eye POMAA so ono ena o sign agreement with COCOBOD se bibia ni a omutua neka or the account na de ema COCOBOD sa contract no sika eye involved eye 29.5 million Ghana cedis ebusonye sika ketwa not knowing say Kofi Akpaloo wa fe chire ono so we ko bie company bi sa company no ni din eye Pomaa Universal Ghana Limited this time Pomaa na Kofi Akpaloo company okote ye no or the H so Kofi Akpaloo osan so 4G Pomaa Universal Company Limited the one without H no ni signature na dia or the J sa sika no every COCOBOD go egu onu Kofi Akpaloo ne account mu.
The investigations revealed that Pomaa Universal Ghana Limited, a business entity owned entirely by a lady called Ekua Pomaa, was a legitimate contractor that was awarded a feeder rose contract by COCOBOD. The contract, which was valued at 29.5 million Ghana cedis, was awarded in December 2020. Although the project commenced and an initial amount was properly deposited into Pomaa Universal Ghana Limited, subsequent payments raised serious concerns regarding misrepresentation, forgery, and unauthorized handling of the checks. Our investigations revealed that Akpaloo secretly incorporated another company, separate and distinct from Pomaa Universal Ghana Limited, also known as Pomaa Universal Ghana Limited, but deliberately added H to the Pomaa. So Pomaa is POMAA, all right, Ghana Limited, which is a company which is owned by Ekua Pomaa. What the company that he incorporated added H to the Pomaa, so it became, I don't know how to pronounce it, but the same Pomaa, Pomaa Ghana Limited, Universal Ghana Limited. But the difference was just the H at the end of Pomaa. And so after having done this, between December 2022 and June 2024, Akpaloo collected 8 checks issued by COCOBOD in the name of Pomaa Universal Ghana Limited. That is the original and authentic Pomaa, totaling 3.1 million. That is 3,169,432 Ghana cedis and 22 pesos, and deposited them into the account of his own company, that is also Pomaa Ghana Limited with an H at First Bank Ghana Limited. Again, our investigations confirmed that Ekua Pomaa was unaware of both the existence of the Pomaa Ghana Limited, that is the second company, and the diversion of the funds until COCOBOD contacted her in June 2024 regarding outstanding balances on the contract. She subsequently discovered that Akpaloo had collected and misdirected the payments without her consent. Ekua Pomaa also alleged that Akpaloo forged her signature on the COCOBOD contract using her former name, Mercy Owusu, to secure the agreement without her authorization. First Bank Ghana Limited conducted an internal investigations and corroborated the fraud allegations that we have made, concluding that Akpaloo knowingly misrepresented ownership of the checks and deposited them into the wrong account. The bank acknowledged operational failures in detecting the discrepancies between the check payee names and the account numbers. The suspects who have been investigated are Percival Kofi Akpaloo, Pomaa Ghana Limited, the Pomaa with the H, and Delvin Akpaloo, his wife. That is the spouse of Kofi Akpaloo. It's fast becoming fashionable to commit crimes with spouses these days. The evidence shows that they engage in various criminal offenses, including stealing, forgery, and money laundering. And they will be charged by my office, again, as I said, upon resumption of work after the Christmas holidays.
So Kofi Akpaloo, also the same way na Attorney General, or the abes so watch him say, when no Kofi Akpaloo offer swa, there, why Ghana for Bukata? Just say, why register different company? Obia COCOBOD for the contract, no Kofi Akpaloo. Wa forge sa nipa no signature na dia or the just asika no egu different account mu Kofi Akpaloo su charges Attorney General or the abon ne say wa charging for stealing any of you was so charging no for money laundering. Ladies and gentlemen, share what your comment section ho na share video we send e be ya afoforo so ensa ebekebi macro.